Hello, this is Palico Patch and welcome back to another episode of Sunless Skies. In the last episode we died. A very slow and malingering death. And we created another character and said, that's it! This is it! Final go, because things aren't going well. And I've had to, in between episodes, as much as it begrudges me to do so, have a quick look to see where this port is, because I'm having a look around and it's really frustrating that there isn't that much direction as to where it is, and it would appear that it's on the very outskirts of the map. So that's the only thing I've looked up as far as Port Prosper is concerned, just to give me some direction in case we get pushed down that route again with the story, simply so we have more interesting things to be cracking on with. Right now, as I said in the last episode, I'm not really feeling it. I find it's quite constricted when we start this game, but I'm hoping in this third life, now we've started to establish ourselves and get a few levels up, so we're not as basic when we start, things will start to just pan out nicely and I can start getting back into the story without having the frustration of dying, or well, quickly or slowly, which has happened both ways for us by now. But hey ho, let's crack on. We need to level up. Let's do that first. I mean, we've got 2 facets to take. Let's take a facet, shall we? So, what did the Winds of Fate hold in store? So, we've lost our mind. So, what are we right now? We've edged towards mirrors this time. I mean, veils might be helpful. It looks like, though, mirrors and iron. Iron wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? If you think about it. So we have, we've got 2 mirrors. Scarred. 5 iron and mirror. I think I'm going to work on my iron and get that up a little bit higher just so we hit harder, and then we'll carry on with mirrors just so we can see further. So we will be scarred. You came close that day to death and it left its mark with an attempt on our life. There's a bullet scar beside your heart. You have learned since to be more judicious in your choice of friends. Sounds about right, actually. And another one. So 22, 28. Let's take iron up a notch again. So we've only got the 1. So we had a spell in prison, apparently. The judge, stony-faced, condemned you to New Newgate, the stalactite prison of old London. And as we're putting up mirrors again, I'm going to put iron up again. So it's dark. It's dark and thick as tar. It sells with small as pantries. How did you spend your days there? Better the wolf than the lamb. You ruled your corridor like a robber king. Even the guards knew better than to push you. Your punishments were less than you deserved. Sounds good. So we're up a little bit on our stats. I chose wrong then, didn't I? We got veils and iron. Alright, never mind. We've done it now. Right, so. A fortunate navigator is thoroughly examining your engine's pipework. Offers require a sign-on fee. Oh. Perhaps not then. Do we actually have any crew whatsoever? We don't. Do we not get a complimentary crew? I thought we got a complimentary crew. Alright, let's take this guy on. Fastidious Inspector. Port Prosper, you say? Awesome. Fantastic. Northeast of New Winchester. Alright. We're going to do it because it said we can do it. A note from Mr Menagerie. The poster at the station has been torn down and there is no sign of Mr Menagerie itself. Cowled figures lurk in the fog, but none have a collection of adorable little beasts. The station master waves you over. Mr Menagerie has left a note for you. Where are you off to, friend? We go to Regent's Obelisk, which you have made into a gaudy amusement. Don't know enough of the map to know what that means. Sounds interesting. I'm sure I'll find it. Right, so crew is fine. Our ambition is wealth. Wealth. Right, so don't need crew. Do I dare explore the city? An opportunity to respond to a distress call. A group of concerned Taketis are looking for a skyfaring captain to assist them in retrieving a missing friend. Interesting. Captain! A broad-shouldered Taketi speaks for the group. A friend of ours, there are protests, an acquaintance of ours has sent a message from Hybras. She needs transport back to New Winchester. He pauses for breath. Would you mind picking her up if you happen to go that way? She's a filmmaker, goes by Madame Lumiere. She says she'd never return, so I have to assume she's taken ill. It'd be good to make sure she gets back safely. And that's to the west. Alright. Why not? Any trading we can do? Let's go and have a look. Introduce yourself to the seasoned captains. This is all stuff which you do every time anyway, so I'm only clicking through it to make sure that everything's opened up. Where are the markets? Give me a prospect. Here we go. Well, I'm going to go to Bazaar. Right. All done there. Onwards. So, the Bazaar. Seeds for Magdalene's. We'll take it. We haven't been too lucky with that. Bronzewood for Port Avon. Again, we'll see how it goes. The rest, that's it, I think. Right, so we can go west. Or we just head straight for Port Avon and hope for the best. I mean, northeast. Gonna be around here, isn't it? You know, let's do it. Let's do it. By Jove. I mean, if we die, at least we're going to die quickly. I've never been to Port Avon, so it'd be interesting to see that. We'll see if there's anything here before we go on. No, nothing going on. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Can I cut through here? I can't. All done. Let's skedaddle. So I'm not going to bother pulling into the other place then, with that bit in mind. Simply because they're not going to have anything either. It looks like they're only interested as soon as I have port reports to hand in. Here's hoping we find a port report in Port Avon. Or even Port Avon itself. That would be a good start. Are we friends? Oh! Thankfully we are, and I missed. So, we'll let that go. In the light. Always stay in the light. Nice and bright. Can't go wrong. Scary in the dark. Things happen in the dark. They say that more things happen in the dark because of how your imagination plays out, but in this game, it's all true. It's all true. These are the borders of the Queen's March. First step in the long journey to Albion. So we're going to visit the unknown rat. See if anything's happening with that. And then we shall move on to just heading all the way north. And hoping something happens. If not, at least we'll die quickly. I mean, there was some big scary stuff up there last time I went. I wasn't feeling completely confident being in that area. It did feel almost like we weren't supposed to be there at that point. The inscription on the memorial to the unknown rat is dedicated to those brave Ratus Faber who gave their lives in the early exodus to heaven. Can we not dock anywhere? No. We butt crash into it. I mean, since we're heading up in this direction anyway, we might as well have a little diversion around whatever this is. We're okay for fuel right now. Explore a little bit more of the map. I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw the bat out. Oh, hang on. It's found something. After much flattery, you're about to admit to having found something. Oh. You're something. You're quick, whatever you are. Are we friends? We're not fighting. That'll do me. That will do me. What's this then? Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Like that. Oh. Still getting no more cold. Something grave, apparently. Oh. Forgotten factories, gently desolating. And we can't do it because it requires assaying, I suppose. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock had stopped. Oh, yeah, you fix it. I've done this twice already. I'm not going to waste too much time saying it all over again. Yeah, you got great skills, love. Fantastic. Well done. Discuss the reach, Wild Frontier and all that. Discuss the suns. A bit of a good evening. Yep, can't do that. Great. So, waste of my time. North, northeast. Let's just keep going north. I mean, how do you even get assaying? I haven't even come across it. Like mining. How do you do mining? It seems there's a lot of these things out there which aren't really open to letting you know how to get on with it. And again, I know I haven't been playing the game for this long, but it's definitely asking stuff which I cannot seem to find an answer. And as I said, I hate having to go out of a game to find out what's going on. That it really bugs me, that does. But I've had to do it. I've had to do it. I suppose there is a little bit of pressure from myself as opposed to delivering content with this game. A distant shriek fought. Oh, it's a distant shriek through the tangled undergrowth. What haunts this far-flung path? I'm hoping a bloody port. Oh, who are you? Are we friends? Are we friends? HML Ironclad. Are you turning to hit me? Oh. Something to crave. Come back to you. Oh, no, that's a bad thing. I know that's a bad thing. Where the heart is. Oh, didn't mean to press that. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark. Its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. So, 56 chance of success. Boo. Your signaller fetches their signal lamp and flashes a patient message into each portside window. There, a faltering glow burns in the frost. Someone has struck a match. You dispatch a boarding party. They retrieve a survivor who's too weak to work, but will share their hoarded supplies with you. However, her reckless laughter and her stories of the horrid, haunting things she saw from her frosty window do not improve morale. Oh, it's found something. The fact that this is trying to outrun it does not fill me with confidence. And I'm very scared to see that I actually have to... Well, thankfully I was just going to have to cross its path in order to find out what we found. But hopefully it'll leave me alone long enough for me to be able to get to wherever this is. You're not going to leave me alone now, are you? That was lucky. You report. Thank God for that. A homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization and relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. Here is an abandoned homestead. Its roof sagged, its windows empty of glass. For every settler that makes a life for themselves in their reach, another is lost. A good chance for us to find something. Let's do it. Hooray! You find bottles of homemade wine in the cellar, pots of meat pickling under the soil by the doorstep, and salvageable tools in an overgrown shed. Modest treasures could mean difference between life and death if your fortunes turn. Could have done with you a while ago. Oh! Coming back in for a fight? So... northeast. That could be... That could be a port. I think... I mean, do I dare? I dare. I dare! Let's do it! They were going around that way. I'll go this way. We'll pull the old okey doke. That's alright. Is he attacking something else now? Oh. Oh, terrible timing. Terrible aiming. We going for it? Canticuri are lumbering half-fossilized isopods that will attack anything they disapprove of. Given that they are very ancient and murderously glumpy, that means almost anything. Sorry, I'm getting all bunged up again. The defeated Canticuri have been blasted to smithereens. Only a cloud of stony chunks remain. So, what are we going to do? Look for an uncanny specimen? Or lose terror? I mean, the terror's not that high, is it? Oh. A little bit higher now, I guess. A little bit of money out of it. That's fine. I dig it. Right, so. I'm hoping we're going in this direction. We can go and check out that thing. The crew are nervous. An engineer mutters old superstitions. Hide your books, Captain. Scribe spinsters haunt these glades. Yeah, I know. I've seen them. They are indeed scary. I mean, how unlucky can I be when it comes to finding Port Prosper? That is kind of north-northeast. I'll give it that. Here's hoping. I'm just hoping that Scriver hasn't gone all the way around and is now trying to find me. Or else this could be bad news. Here's to a little bit of luck. Is that good? Is that bad? There's a good eating on a pardon eel. I can't scoop them though. Useless. Useless. Right, so we're going right to the top now. That's building-y. Okay, let's go in this direction. I mean, I can't... I suppose it could be a little bit more in this direction. It's very, very frustrating. I mean, at least in Sunless Sea there was a little bit of a... what's the word? Coastline to follow, in case you did get lost. Here, there just seems... It's almost like a swamp. There's little bits you can go through, but nothing to really sort of logically follow. Which is very, very frustrating. I mean, I'd like to think... Oh, look at all this. There's buildings here. We've got to be close to something. I don't like sending out the bat and wasting supplies. Oh, 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 oh. Something else I can't actually do. A broken habitation, long abandoned. Yep, can't do anything with you. Awesome. Great. Mad Mercy's claim. Are we friends? Oh Lord, we're gonna crash. Whoa! Uh-oh. 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 You know what? Good luck to you, friend. I am going here. I don't know what this is. Port Prosper! Thank the Lord! Where? Where's the station? Let me in quick. Ah! Oh, what a pain in the arse you've been to find. Crammed at the feet of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London, divided into an affluent West End and an impecunious East. Queen's Cross is a busy station crowded with engines that have arrived through the nearby transit relay from Albion. Right, so let's deliver the fastidious inspector first. She disembarks with a bag in hand and peers up at a clock tower that is being raised above the station. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and cries of workmen. The inspector will depart, but be sure you've held any conversation with her that you wish to. You will receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money. Ensure you have 6 spaces in your hold, that we do, before accepting. Oh. Sorry, let's press that. Thank you, Captain. Here is the balance of our agreement and, as promised, a requisition ordered for fuel and supplies. She casts another glance at the incomplete clock tower. Given the apparent state of construction, I'd recommend you visit the work site. There may be an opportunity there. And thank you for the pleasant conversation, Captain. The sky can be a lonely place. You've enlivened it. I have included a small additional sum in your remuneration as token of my gratitude. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I plan to call it the Albert clock in memory of the departed prince consort, but there's a way to go yet. The roof isn't finished and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector up among the workings with a spanner and can of oil, showing the workmen how it's done. Well, let's see what they want, I guess. Bronzewood, the foreman wheezes bluntly. One consignment. They sell it at Traitor's Wood and Palmier and Plenty's, I hear. And a gourd of Coristone nectar too. This bunch of workshire ingrates need constant shouting at, and my voice is giving up the ghost. Some nectar should have me bellowing again like a champion. Carillion's your best bet there, or Titiana, the flower town. Will pay like. Okay. Just one-on-one. Okie dokie. So, in narrow streets huddled in the shadow of a great crag, banners display the stony features of her renewed majesty. While from West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip. while sooty East End workers filed to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. Well, we need a port report. Hopefully that'll pay well. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge, hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade, at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside of the Winwood Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. Nosy, nosy, not the jam! So, we can attend a parade. It is apparently the Feast of the Red Saint. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. Ouch. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut wood fires for warmth. The painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds to a chorus of "Ho, the riding!" Do we get grubby or do we mix with the pompous ones? Or should we go with everyone? Sky fairs are not limited to the rigid social structures of Port Prosper, and neither they are beloved for it. You are treated as a curiosity and viewed from all sides with suspicion. Still, you find yourself in conversation with an elderly colonel who has retired to Port Prosper. A bulwark of sanity, he calls it. A line in the sand against all the stuff out there. He introduces you to one of the riders in the procession, who takes you on a tour of the carnival. You converse with chestnut sellers and flower arrangers, drink in the outdoor pubs, and dance with several of the vaudeville players. At the end of the day, you've learnt many names and faces, and even acquired a few calling cards. Okay. Excuse me. So the air is humid and moist. The Agbonon spring is being drained in preparation for the season. Whatever is meant by that. We can attend a performance at the Gandy Widow. The vaudeville theatre tends towards either quaint or vulgar. On good days, both. Located at the edge of the West End, overlooking the bridge, the Gandy Widow promises unpretentious delights for most of the family. Although out of fashion in New London, the broad amusements of pantomime and vaudeville still carry favour with the well-heeled of the West End, though they are, of course, careful to never enjoy themselves too much. "She's behind you!" a poster reads. What japes! So, we can enjoy ourselves. We can try and retain our dignity. Or we can perhaps not. This is good, honest theatre. Yes, it is. We're going to enjoy ourselves. You find your companions in the stalls, armed with boiled sweets and roast chestnuts. You soon have the vicar hopping about the stage, while the exuberant widow is almost beside herself with laughter. The interval, and subsequently the rest of the second act, is a hazy affair. A fire at the Fulbright factory. Winwood Company representatives race past carrying heavy buckets. Oh no. Right, so... need more time before we can go to the Admiral Nelson. We can offer transport to settlers. Explorers, adventurers and pioneers gather here freshly arrived from Albion, all awaiting transport further into the Reach. Where they want to go, because I don't know that many. I'm guessing we don't know. Would you take me to the Leadbeater and Stainrod Nature Reserve? I'd love to see the wilderness, from a safe distance of course. He breaks off the handshake to cough into his sleeve. Forgive me, I'm hoping a new climate will improve my health. Please get me there as fast as possible. I will pay you well if you do. Oh, I've come aboard anyway. Not a lot I can do about that. Okay. We can recruit the incautious driver. The incognito princess. Well, you know what? We can do this in the next episode. There's a lot more to explore. And we've run out of time. So we shall leave it here. We have found Port Prosper. Thank God for that. Because I was getting very, very disheartened by the whole thing. But there we go. We are here. We will do this in the next episode. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.